Hello and welcome back to the Success with Savita podcast. And I'm Savita, and today we are talking about something that I know is on everyone's mind as we enter the second half of the year. How to make the next 6 months of 2025 your best yet. Whether the first half of this year flew by in a blur, felt challenging like for me, or has been your best so far, the good news is you still have 6 full months ahead to realign, refocus, and finish strong. In today's episode, I'll walk you through the 7 powerful steps to make the next 6 months intentional, fulfilling, and aligned with your biggest goals. So grab your notebook, your coffee, or simply listen mindfully because these steps can truly transform how you approach the rest of 2025. Step 1, reflect before you reset. Before you jump into planning, pause and reflect. Ask yourself, what worked well for me in the last 6 months? This is something I make all my clients do. We always start with a reflection or a review of what's gone well so far. So, what worked well for me in the last 6 months? What didn't work? What lessons have I learned? Where did I grow the most? Where did I hold myself back? And anything else that has gone on in the last 3 to 6 months, those are things that you want to reflect on. Reflection gives you clarity and it helps you identify what to continue, what to stop, and what to change. One action that you can do, write down your wins, challenges, and top lessons from Jan to June 2025. Celebrate yourself for how far you've come. You got to give kudos. You got to look back and say, okay, that's how I dealt with it. Great. And give yourself a pat on the back. So that's step 1. Step 2 is to reconnect with your vision. Sometimes we drift because we lose sight of our vision. Ask yourself, what do I really want for my life and work by December 2025? I like smaller time frames. Yes, you should have a 12-month plan, and yes, you should have a 3 to 5 year outlook. And then if you can see the really big ones, right? It could be things like your marriage, like the kind of career you want to have, like the kind of house you want to. Those are big ones, big milestones, and that you can have the lifetime outlook if you want to. It's really up to you. What do you really want? When you're reconnecting with the vision, one of the questions to ask yourself is, what do I really want for my life and work by this time period, which would be this year, December 2025? Who do I want to be? What's this persona that you want to be? What would make me proud to say at the end of this year when you are doing your review of 2025? What are some key milestones? What are some key achievements? What are some key things that you would have liked to have happened, achieved, whether it's small, whether it's big, right? What would make you proud to say at the end of this year? Visualize your ideal day, your desired results, and how you want to feel. What are some new habits that you want to develop? What are some new rituals? What are some new routines? What are things that maybe you've ignored? What are things that you need to start paying attention to? All of these things is a good idea to kind of revisit your vision. Um, and when you reconnect with your vision, your motivation realigns naturally. So, action step for you, spend 10 to 15 minutes journaling your vision for the rest of 2025 in the present tense as if it's already turned into a reality. I always like to be vision in present tense, like I've achieved it, like it's happening, it's done, rather than a desire or a wish list method of future tensing, right? Step 3, define 3 to 5 key goals. I always like 3 to 5 goals. Or you can break it up into one macro goal, 2 mini goals, or micro goals. Those are things. Or you can do one macro, one micro, one mini. I don't know, whatever works, floats your boat, right? Whatever works for you. So not 10. It's not a laundry list. But in each area of your life, like for work, for health, for finances, for family life, for your love life, as a parent, for your travel plans, things like that. So define 3 to 5 key goals, and you can actually go, if you're doing it by category, and then I like to keep it one macro, one micro. Okay, so instead of setting 20 goals, pick 3 to 5 needle moving goals that will have the biggest impact on your life, career, health, relationships, or finances. For example, grow your business revenue by X%, prioritize health by working out 4 times a week, launch your podcast or personal brand, save a specific amount towards a specific goal, deepen certain key relationships, up your dating game, or up level your parenting skills. These are things that you could put down as goals for the next 6 months. Write down clearly with a measurable outcome and a deadline as December 31st, 2025. That's your action step. Step 4, break them into monthly and weekly actions. Goals remain dreams if not broken down into practical steps. Ask yourself, what needs to happen each month to reach this goal? What small actions can I take each week to move forward? For instance, if your goal is to launch your, let's say, online course by November, or write a book by December, then July could be, you know, if it's the online course, can be research. Even if it's a book, it's research, outline, the book outline, things like that. August can be for outlining. Then, actually preparing, writing, putting together your course or your book. September can be to build how you're going to market it. October can be pre-launch, and November can be launch, and so on and so forth. So the action step for you is open your calendar today, block time for each key milestone over the next 6 months. Okay, calendar is key. I'm going to do a whole episode on how to calendar for success, how to use your calendar for success. And when I start working with clients, usually in the first month and literally in the first week, we are literally going through how to calendar your your business plan. What needs to happen, when does it need to happen, what event needs to happen. So I really teach clients the art of calendaring, because that is so crucial and so critical for success. Step 5, upgrade your systems and environment. You don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. It's a very famous quote. I think it is Atomic Habits, James Clear from Atomic Habits. If your systems are chaotic, your goals will be harder to achieve. Think about morning and evening routines, digital and physical reorganization or organization, time blocking, automating, outsourcing where possible. Audit your environment, right? Who are you spending time with? What are you consuming daily? Who are you following? Who are you being influenced by? What do you do for fun? What do you not do for fun? What mindless conversations maybe you're indulging in? Where are you taking part in drama? These are things that you need to kind of really audit. And sometimes you don't even know you're doing it unless you sit down and reflect and think about it. Does your space inspire you to stay productive and peaceful? Do you need to upgrade that? So really audit your environment, which means the people, the place where you sit, your space, your physical space, your friends, your conversations, what you're consuming online, what you're reading, the content that you're focusing on. All of this is critical. Action, make one system upgrade this week, whether it's organizing your workspace, setting a daily schedule, or decluttering your digital files. That's a whole episode by itself, right? Decluttering digital files. I won't say I've mastered it yet, so I can do an episode. But when I start doing my own digital decluttering, I'll do an episode so I can just share my tips and hacks for you if that would interest you. Let me know. Step 6, strengthen your mindset and energy. Your mindset is everything. To make the next 6 months your best, practice things like daily gratitude, affirmations, reframing negative thoughts, visualizing success, putting together a vision board, looking at it every day, journaling, meditating if you need to, taking time out for silent reflection. Strengthen your mindset, like work on it with deliberate intention. And protect your energy by prioritizing rest, movement, hydration, nourishing food, and joyful activities. If you're saying yes to too many things, start to say no. That's really important because you need to conserve your energy. Action for you, choose one mindset or energy practice to integrate into your morning starting tomorrow. Step 7, create accountability and celebrate progress. Goals are easier to achieve when you have accountability. It could be to a person, it could be to a coach, it could be just a little checklist that you're checking off, it could be self accountability. Share your goals with the person that you'd like to be accountable to, if that's what you need. Most of us do really well when we have accountability, right? So Share your goals with your coach or mentor, a trusted friend, or a chosen accountability partner, your team, or your community. Set up fortnightly or monthly check ins to track your progress, and don't forget to celebrate every win. Small win, even. This builds momentum and keeps you motivated, and that gives you that feeling like you're just not on to the next thing, but you are taking time to feel that sense of accomplishment, to enjoy that moment, to say, hey, these were things that I did. Because sometimes the small wins are so small that you think, oh, I didn't do anything in this year. But if you start to note down, if you start to celebrate, if you start to mark it down, you will know that you achieved and done so much, some tiny and some big. So, action, message someone today to share your goals and set up an accountability system for the next 6 months. Imagine how fulfilling it'll feel to reach December 2025 knowing you showed up for yourself, stayed consistent, and created results you're proud of. Remember to reflect deeply, reconnect with your vision, set focus goals, break them down, upgrade your systems and environment. Recapping this, just reflect, reconnect with your vision, set focus goals, break them down, upgrade your systems and environment, strengthen your mindset, stay accountable. Your best 6 months are not about perfection, they're about consistent, aligned, intentional action. Make it messy, make it chaotic, but just get there, it's fine. And what I want to say to you as you review and evaluate and prep for your next 6 months is, don't think about the time that's gone by. Like I could say and say, sit down here and say, oh, you know what, I never did the 6 months of the podcast. Do I need to bother now? Well, you know what, I want to keep myself accountable to doing it. And then when I'm become more consistent, I can then go and look at, hey, are people listening to it? I can then work on improving. But right now, I just need to get the episodes out, right? You don't write off something because you didn't do something well for a certain period. Allow yourself grace and give yourself permission to go all in for the next 6 months. And that's what the system is. The system of checking in, the system of monthly reviews or quarterly reviews or mid-year reviews are exactly for this. So you have those practices in place which keeps you on track, so you never forget about where you're headed or what needs to happen, or it's not just something that you're doing, or you're not living your day and your year and your month mindlessly, right? You're more mindful about what is happening. I hope you liked the tips that I shared in this episode. But mostly, even if you don't follow these steps, if you can just prepare and make the best of the next 6 months, I'll be so proud of you. I'll be so thrilled to be hearing that next 6 month journey from you. So here's to the next 6 months, and here's to the best of 2025. Cheering you on and wishing you all the best. And I will see you in the next episode. And as always, please leave me your rating, share this episode, like this episode, follow this episode if you're on Spotify, and leave me a 5-star rating. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you or hear you, or you'll hear from me on next week's episode.